Hello! Greetings, people of the internet! It is I, that Canadian fangirl, back with an episode that, I'll be honest, I wanted to talk about. It's also really topical. We're gonna talk about Inside Out. I was gonna talk about this movie anyway. Well, Inside Out 2 was comes out on Friday, so it's like really good timing for me. We were trending on Twitter the first time. Like, hey, get me trending. Hashtag, please. I don't need it, but whatever. Inside Out. Probably. Yeah, it's probably in my top 3 favorite Pixar movies now. I mean, okay, if you just count the Toy Stories, because the Toy Stories are like gold standard for Pixar, it's like the original Toy Story is like, I have a special place in my heart for the original Toy Story. The original Toy Story is still amazing, and the other two are worthy sequels, and then 4 exists. Yeah, we're getting a 5th one. But yeah, if you discount the Toy Stories, Inside Out is probably my favorite Pixar movie. Loved Inside Out. Seeing that movie was just so good. Man, I rewatched it recently because I was kind of in the mood and I wanted to refresh. Well, I kind of wanted to remember what happened in the movie before Inside Out 2 comes out. That movie is just, man, it still gets me. Like, I mean, kind of obvious the film about emotion should make you emotional, but it's like, it works. It really works. There's so many good things about how that movie is paced. That movie is paced perfectly. I don't know. Maybe it's. I think the reason I wanted to do this too is because after I did Cell That Work last week, which is also about the inner workings of the body, now we're talking about Inside Out, which is about kind of the inner workings of the human brain. With yeah, it's really cartoony. It's really cartoony. And it's like it's not at all accurate, but it's like much like Cell That Work, it is just so entertaining in how it tells and how it tells the story and how it portrays the complex the abstract concept of thought. Excuse me, I quote SpongeBob. It's like, what is like highly visual metaphor used to personify the abstract concept of thought? Oh my god, no, 3 kids! Excuse me, I quote SpongeBob. but like, it. But like, I don't know. I mean, that was really not intentional, but it's like, it is a good concept for how to basically describe the inner working of the human brain. The idea that, I mean, that's the idea that, when you're born, you have your 5 primary emotions that basically make you who you are, and they basically, basically why you feel, what you feel. The fact they go into basically all these, complex ideas of like, how, the emotional, responsible, creating, memories of that day, transferring the memories down to long-term memory with all the storage, what the abstract thought, the train of thought, literally your dream, this being a movie theater, this being movie production, and those filming, actors, and that's basically your dreams every night. The subconscious. Everything about that movie is so good. Good. The idea that as memories fade, then they basically go into a dump and they basically just get forgotten. It's clever. It is so clever. It is a brilliant. It's bright and colorful, so it's great for kids. But it's also really thought-provoking. Like any kid who watches Inside Out is probably gonna come away so much more, in tune with basically who they are. I mean, everyone's talking about Inside Out, but it's like Inside Out being basically a story about why you need all your emotions, and it's like is a really interesting concept. Particularly, particularly the fact that they don't villainize any of the emotions, and they all technically have to work together. And it's like, even though like everyone's like, let's be happy. It's like, just be happy and you can get through anything. It's like, no, you need fear, disgust, anger. You need sadness. You need, because sadness brings people together, and that basically makes things a lot better. And I love the fact that they basically normalize sadness. They basically tell kids it's okay to cry, it's okay to feel sad. It's like, it's not, you're not, in the wrong for, you're not in trouble for feeling sad. You are completely in the right. And it's something that feels, I mean, I think as adult people need to hear that, because how many adults basically walk around every day and it's just like, you know, with the, I mean, well, in 2024, and how many people have been diagnosed with depression? Like, no one knows how to basically handle grief, depression, and sadness, because everyone thinks they just have to, you know, uh, compress it down, bury it, keep your feelings, keep your feelings really deep on the ground, and you just have to, be happy. You just gotta put a face, and these people are miserable. And here's the inside out saying it's like, hey, no, that's not healthy. You're allowed to express sadness. You're allowed to be sad. You're allowed to be angry. You're allowed to basically, admit, come clean with your emotions. Don't just force happiness. But so many people don't get. It's like, I don't know, particularly in a situation where everyone's like, you just gotta, keep it locked up. It's like, please, people. It would be like, it's a film that you would take to a therapist to, like, if you had like mental issues. It's such a good film for that. And oh, I just loved it. I don't know. I mean, Mother guy said biology is my favorite science. Neuroscience is probably my favorite aspect of that. I have a neuroscience degree. Watching a lot of, these, so watching, I mean, it's childlike. It's fairly, you know, fairly dumbed down for kids, but it's like, there's some interesting, concepts in there that have to do with neuroscience, and it's like, it does, give you a clear insight about exactly how the brain works, and I think it's really interesting. It's a like, the cast is great. I love Joy. Like, Joy and Sad looking off each other is great. I love, feel, anger, and disgust. Having to basically hold on the fort. It's like, everyone talk about Bing Bong. It's like, that's great. I love Bing Bong. It's like, yeah. What happened to your imaginary friend? It's just hanging in the back of your mind. And okay, spoiler for a movie that's from 2015, but like, when Bing Bong dies, it's really emotional when he fades away, and you're like, God, all that hurt. It's like, that's basically a part of your childhood, basically that's gone. Particularly, like, you know, I don't know. Like, the voice. Oh, sorry, I lost my train of thought. My train of thought got derailed. Damn you! It's an actual train, apparently. The voice acting is great. Like, I mean, Pixar always, got A-list celebrities, but like, I love the voice acting in that film is great. Amy Poehler, what's it? Phil Smith, Mindy Kaling is like, which kind? Like, they're all great. It's all great voice acting. They all do great work. I was gonna say this. Riley as a character is probably is really interesting. Particularly because Riley, you only know Riley through the fact that she's the kid that uh she's the kid that she's the kid that they are inside of, and Riley is a character, and you get exactly who Riley is through, how they set up, how this world looks with the core memory. That you're like, okay, she's, you know, she's, clearly, she's family oriented. She cares about her friends. She loves hockey. But, you know, she's, she's honest. She's got this, really fun, goofy side. It's like you totally get who Riley is, and you get how Riley as a character. You get her relationship with her. Yeah, and you basically see, as the emotion of basically, trying to basically figure out, as basically all the emotion basically trying to figure out, what do, how it affects Riley, and it makes Riley a really interesting character. You like, yeah, Riley gets enough time with just her and not so much her emotions that you know what this character is about, and that's something that you don't really see a lot of kids in kids that have to deal with this kind of stuff. So I think it's interesting. I mean, that I don't think Inside Out is probably the funniest Pixar movie. Like most of the, let's be honest, Inside Out is like 90% jokes about a lot of stereotyping. Because like a lot of the humor is, if it's not inside Riley's head, and it's like, jokes like about, joint sadness, basically, trying to figure things out. Most of the comedy comes from the fact that you go inside her mom's head or her dad's head, or the end when you go into like, these random characters, and you get to see their emotion, and it's like, yeah, this is funny. A lot of the stereotypes. Like, let's be honest. Yeah, of course. Okay, so yeah, the dad's emotion are basically, watching the game and not paying attention to what the mom's doing. It's like, that's funny. It's like inside the mom's head, it's like, yeah, that went well, and they'll basically bring up the memory of the fact of the guy they gave up for this guy. It's like, okay, yeah, it's like stereotyping. It's funny, and then you think about it, it's like, I could have gone way deeper with this. It's like, okay, but like a lot of the jokes I think really clever. I love the gum ad. We think the base cute, and it's the jingle from a gum commercial, and it's like, why this heel? It's like, damn it! When you're sitting there, it's like, back again. Okay, why do they keep bringing this up? I don't know. When they're breaking down what an abstract taxation is, probably, as an animation fan, it's a great theme when they're like breaking down the when they have to break down them to like they have to break in like the 5 stages like adaptation. They're like, they're breaking down, they're getting 2D, and they're like, they lack depth, and they're going through the whole look at the lines. It's like, I love that part. From an animation standpoint, that part is so cool. It's like, they passed Deja Vu like 3 times. Like, Ellie's abandoned my boyfriend from Canada. It's like, that's a good joke. Where it's like, oh yeah, I totally have a boyfriend. He lives in Canada. It's like, that's something really clever. And like, speaking of that, it does end with them getting a new console with, puberty. So it's like, she's 12, she's about to be 13. What can go wrong? I am going to be kind of interested in the fact that Inside Out 2 is about the fact that she turned 13, and now it's about her going through puberty. Because it's like, man, if there's something you want to be in the head of, it's a preteen just on the cusp of going through puberty. It's like, oh, it's like, yep, that's going to be fun. Because, as we all know, when you hit 13, suddenly everything is out to get you. So everyone hates you. You look awful. Everyone's better than you at everything. And it's like, man, seeing the inside workings of the human brain during puberty, and you're dealing with a max flood of hormones and just all the self-doubt and anxiety that comes with being a teenager, particularly now in the 21st century. It's like, of course that means nothing because clearly she's not on she's clearly not on medication. That would be a treatment Inside Out too. It's like taking antidepressant pills, or like they bust out some anxiety medications. That's only too dark for Pixar, but like holy shit, that'd be funny. It's like, oh, Ryan having anxiety, we have to go take medication, or we have to go see a therapist. It's like, don't do that, because I don't. Okay, Pixar won't do that because it's a kids' film. It's gonna be rated G, or I guess PG if you're anywhere else. I'm in Canada, so I'm with Canadian rating system. Woo! G-rated movies! G-rated movies that do well! Woohoo! Still room for the fact that it isn't doing well. It's like G-rated all the way! But yeah, speaking of that, I'm really looking forward to Inside Out too. It's like, it looks really fun, and I hope it does well. No, I'm not going to say that. It will do well. It will do really well. Inside Out was a great film for Pixar. I think it was the one. I mean, it made a lot of money. Inside Out 2 is going to do well. I have a feeling it's going to do well. It's like, I think that's why I think that's why this is like they're coming out with this right now, because Pixar's had a. I feel so bad because Pixar's had a string of so many misfortunes lately, and I feel really bad for them because everything since 2020 has basically been kicking Pixar's butt. It's like, it started with Onward in March of 2020. It got 2 weeks in theaters, then got pulled because of COVID. So Onward didn't do well because it had a reduced box office. And then they released Soul and 3 of the Disney Plus on Christmas, which did okay. But like, that was also right during the middle of the pandemic, so was Soul Premium? Did you have to pay $30 for that? Was that one of those premium pricing things that they had to do? I can't remember. But it sounded okay. And then in 2021, I freaking loved Luca. I thought Luca was so charming. And Luca got destroyed by the fact that because theater was technically still closed because of the pandemic, it went to the Disney Plus. With that movie would have killed on the big screen. I would love to see Luca on the big screen. I missed it when they did that release because I had other things to do. But it's like, oh man, I should have made time because like I could have seen it on the big screen. That means that I'll never forgive them for it was 2022. I'll never forgive them for Turning Red. That was what to come out in March of 2022. It was gonna be a theatrical release. I was so excited to see a Pixar movie in theaters again. Because theaters now reopened, and they pulled it at the last minute and put it back on the Disney Plus. It's like, that would have done so well. That would have done well in theater. Why did you pull that? Damn it, Disney. That would have done so well. So instead of your first Pixar movie back in the theaters is Lightyear. I don't know, they were banking on the fact that because Lightyear had a Toy Story connection, they were banking on that? It's like, Lightyear also underperformed, so like, that was a horrible idea. I would have stuck with Turning Red, but it's like, you do you, I guess Disney, because they own it. And then, I get Lightyear underperformed. I'm more positive on Lightyear than a lot of other folks. I thought it was okay. I don't think it's not Pixar's best film, but it's fine for what it is. And then last year, we had Elemental, with I really like. I saw Elemental in theater. I thought Elemental was really good. It sucked that movie underperformed, but I guess Elemental did eventually find his audience when it went to Disney Plus, like 2 months later. So it at least. I guess tragically made his money back. I think it eventually made money on streaming, so. But another thing, like, a string of underperforming, so many underperforming movies on Pixar lately, and it's like, I hate the fact that people are like, starting to lose faith in Pixar, because it's like, no, they're still doing good work. It's like, okay, you look at basically Pixar in the last 4 years. Onward was great. I'm probably one of the few people that I really liked Onward. I thought Onward was a really interesting. I thought Onward was a tight movie. Soul basically like got critical and audience praise. I didn't get into it much like everyone else did, but I like Soul. I thought I only seen it once, and I only seen it once, but I'm like, yeah, Soul was fun. I like Soul. So like, Onward was good. Soul was basically one of the best. According to everyone, one of the best films in years. Luca was unbelievably charming. Turning Red was great. Entirely divisive if you listen to online backline, the online criticism of that film. I'm not gonna bring up 9/11. I'm talking about Turning Red. I'm not bringing up 9/11 over that movie, but it's like, what was that criticism? Yeah, Turning Red was great. Lightyear was underwhelming. It's like, again, that probably, I don't know. I don't think that should have been their first film, the first Pixar film in theaters since the pandemic closed. Because, but, yeah, Elemental was really good. So I get what Disney and Pixar are trying to do right now. They want Inside Out to come out. Inside Out's going to do well. It's a sequel to a movie that did really good. Inside Out did really well for them. So Inside Out's gonna come out. It's gonna basically throw it's gonna get critical praise. It's gonna get a lot of audience attention. It's gonna make a lot of money. It's gonna restore some faith people have in Pixar. And then I think that's the reason they delayed Elio by a year. Because Elio was supposed to come out, 2 months ago, or the most release, and it got delayed to next year. I think 100% what happened was that they want Inside Out to come out first to get people, trusting in the Pixar name again, and then they can take a gamble on a new IP. It's like, that sounds really stupid, but it's like that was the thing, and they'll play their mindset with the Lightyear thing, and like, but we'll see. We'll see. Inside Out comes out in 3 days. Wait, yes, Tuesday. Comes out on Friday. 3-4 days. So we'll see what happens. Also, box office. Also, theaters are not doing great right now, so it's competing with what? I mean, right now it's competing with what? The Garfield movie? If I think it's the top contender for kids movies. Like, it's gonna split the box office with Bad Boys 4, which I do want to see, but I want to see that out first. I want to support that, but yeah, those are completely different audiences. So most likely, theaters this weekend is gonna be split between Bad Boys 4 and Inside Out 2. Like, one of them is clearly, a movie for adults. The other one is the family movie. So they have to go split the box office, so they're gonna make profit. It's probably, yeah, because Garfield and Niff have only been out for a couple of weeks, so if you're gonna get families onto that, it's gonna be families that don't want to see a Pixar movie, but Pixar does have a good brand, so we'll see what happens this weekend. Honestly, I could easily see Inside Out basically being no one at the box office for like a month. Like, it's probably gonna, like, I can see it. I can easily see Inside Out 2 basically being no more at the box office this song. Until probably Deadpool 3. Let's predict box office numbers now. No, let's not do that. Yeah. Like, do we think Blue Log episode Noggy had a chance? That comes out next week. No. Haikyuu did okay. It's hit number 1, so no way Blue Lock's hitting number. There's no way it's having a Blue Lock, but that'd be funny. Feels a little mess right now. I mean, speaking of, this is over topical because, in 2024, since that real, Yeah, it's really been since the pandemic. It's been since 2020. Movie theaters are not doing well anymore. You can also argue they were already kind of on their decline pre-pandemic, but but you look at 2017, 2018, 2019, movies are making so much money, and it's like movie theaters are doing so well, and yeah, 2020 happened. Everything had to close because we were all quarantining, and but theaters are now reopened, and this the state of movie theaters is depressing right now. It's like, and I now know people are like, well, we live in a world where it's like I don't want to risk the plague to see something in a movie theater when I can get it on streaming for the exact same price. And I think I might get it cheaper, particularly the family movie. Like, I mean, I think it's been Pixar's thing. The family movies, if they're gonna be on Disney Plus in 2 months, why spend the money to take your family and your 4 kids to a movie and pay ridiculous movie prices and concession prices to sit in a theater for 2 hours or an hour and a half, watch a movie. When if you wait 2 months, it's gonna be on Disney Plus, and you can basically watch it at home with a subscription what you already paid for. So I know that, and that's part of it. I know pricing is a big thing. People are concerned for the health and safety. I don't think that's no one's concerned now. Because I think we're done with well. Okay, no, I'm not gonna say that because COVID's still a thing. We're always gonna live in a world where the coronavirus exists, people. That's not going away. It's now better handled, so we're not gonna be freaking. So we're not going back into quarantine. But it's like the world did change in 2020. It sucks, but that's how it is. I know. That thing. I got really depressing. I get Inside Out 2 comes out this week. I had to talk about the box office because it's going to do well. I don't think it's going to do nearly as good as what Inside Out did, because I'm going to look that up actually. How well did Inside Out do? Let's just Google it. Inside Out box office. How much money did it make? Wow. $858.8 million US. That's a lot of money. Yeah, I don't think Inside Out was hitting 800 million. If it can crack 100 million, I think Disney Pixar will clock that as a success. Hang on, let's look up Pixar's box office. I'm curious now. What was Pixar's box office? Last. I don't want no. Okay, box office motor. Let's go to this. Okay, hang on. Okay, Incredibles 2 with wow. Finding Dory, Toy Story 4. That was 2019. Oh, okay. Inside Out was number 5 and between all Secret apparently. That's weird. Finding Nemo. Up, Monsters U, Incredibles, Cove, Wall-E, Coco, Ratatouille. The original choice. Okay, Elemental is at 20. It made 154 million. I think most of that was in streaming. Lightyear made 118 million. Onward made 61 million. Turning Red made 1 million. Luca made 1 million. Soul only made 946,000. Okay, which I guess the lowest. I think it's the lowest grossing film, but it's like the only thing lower than it are 3 releases from 2020. Why did they release these in 2020? What? Yeah. Okay, Soul being the lowest makes sense because they went straight to streaming, and I don't think it got released into theaters. So yeah. Okay, so I guess yeah, I guess if Inside Out 2 can gross more than $1 million, that's pretty good for Pixar. That's not gonna be a success. Like, it's not gonna touch the original Inside Out at 300 million. I don't know. I don't know if we could do elemental number, that might be good. I'm not gonna. I'm not gonna box. Yeah. So if you're curious this weekend and you want to see a good family movie, go see Inside Out 2. It's going to be a great film. Already from the trailer, that film is gonna be freaking good. Like, I love the fact that that it's all new emotions and it's like anxiety, greed, no, not greed, anxiety, joie de vivre, embarrassment, and nostalgia. I love that one of the emotions they introduced is nostalgia now. I love the fact that they're basically bringing in anxiety. That sounds like they're already gonna be so interesting. Like, she's turning 13, here's anxiety. It's like, that checks for preteen. But to get back on topic and let's talk about, final thoughts about the original Inside Out. Still freaking amazing. Like, it's so, like, the colors are amazing. I think the look of that movie is like it's great. Colors are amazing. The other three is great. Characters and voice acting are top notch. Solid story. It's a good message. Humor's hit and miss. Like, if there's one thing I think Inside Out 2 can do, maybe not make all the characters so stereotypical. It's like, I don't know. If we can get it, well, it's not like everything okay. Well, if you see like the moms and the dad's emotion, it's not like massive stereotyping. But I don't know. It's not my only nitpick. It's like the film is so great. It's like it's available on Disney Plus if you haven't seen it. Inside Out, wonderful little movie. One of Pixar's best. It's like, okay, for me again, discounting Toy Story 2, and Toy Story 3. I go. If I had to put it somewhere, I would go the original Toy Story, Inside Out, Toy Story 3. I actually really like Finding Nemo, and I'll probably put Luca with my top 5. Yeah, how about that? Maybe like Monsters Inc. and like Monster League and like Turning Red and like Collecting 7. But yeah, I mean, it's a Pixar movie. You can't go wrong. This is also the first movie we're getting from. It's also a Pixar movie. You can't go wrong. Pixar always does good work. Even the Cars movies. I actually really like Good Dinosaurs. Who am I to judge? But yeah, that's my thoughts on Inside Out. Thanks for listening. Remember to like and follow this podcast around. It's help me grow the audience a bit so we can get more people listening. Maybe I can get slightly bigger. We can probably do more with this podcast and just me gushing every week, but you don't have to. Like and follow my socials. They're in the comments down below. Remember, no gatekeeping. We don't gatekeep in the community. If you like something, you are considered a fan of it. Don't tell people otherwise. Remember, when people ask you which fangirl do you listen to, is That Canadian Fangirl. Which Canadian Fangirl? That Canadian Fangirl. Alright. Later, peoples. Go see Inside Out 2 this week. Bye.